Okay, this is part 3, and in the last video we stopped at the choreography breakdown and analysis of Gabriella, I believe. Okay, next is Game Boy. The complete Game Boy choreography is associated with Grant and Sohey. However, Grant says that his first attempt at the chorus became the final version. That makes Game Boy one of our clearest examples of Grant's direct individual authorship within KATSEYE. The joystick and heart-shaped hand movements also reflect his preference for literal visual interpretation. The lyrics refer to a Game Boy, so the performers create joysticks and with their hands, and Grant heard a noun and said, "Baby, we are physically drawing it out." Full credit Grant and Sohey. Grant-specific evidence: Grant's first chorus draft became the final version. Internet Girl. Grant publicly credits Internet Girl to himself and Sohey. The choreography again uses literal internet-oriented gestures and meme-ready movements. So that is literally, the purpose. That strongly resembles Grant's personal preference for transforming a song's words and concepts into recognizable physical actions. Credit Grant and Sohey. Conclusion. Stylistically Grant-coded but officially shared. Pinky Up. Pinky Up is credited to Grant and Sohey, with Zach Malin also contributing. Grant says he created approximately 155 chorus options. Credit Grant, Sohey, and Zach Malin. Grant-specific evidence. His enormous number of chorus submissions demonstrates heavy involvement. But heavy involvement is not the same as sole ownership of the final version. Animal. Grant and Sohey remain involved as KATSEYE's performance directors, but Sohey publicly identifies the Animal chorus choreography as his own. Overall performance direction: Grant and Sohey. Chorus: Sohey. Again, if another choreographer specifically claims the chorus, we do not blame Grant for creating the chorus. Facts first, dragging second. Why KATSEYE's faces are so expressive. Now that we have separated the credits and returned to the audience connection philosophy, KATSEYE's choreography is not expressive by accident. Grant learned through large-scale commercial touring that movement must project toward the audience. The performer cannot merely experience the song internally. The performer must make the audience experience it too. Grant and Sohey trained KATSEYE in facial performance and emotional projection and stage identity. This is why the concept appears across their entire bodies and faces. Touch uses flirtatious and sweet expression. Game Boy uses playful character. Gabriella uses mature confidence. Gnarly uses snarling, teeth-baring aggression. Debut uses controlled attitude. Their facial expressions help tell the audience what the movement means. This also makes the sexual choreography more powerful. A hip roll without facial performance can register as a neutral, technical movement. Add direct eye contact, a smirk, a parted mouth, or a provocative expression, and the exact same hip roll communicates something completely different. This is why Grant's influence cannot be measured only by counting twerks. His broader performance direction may intensify the meaning of choreography created by several people because he trains performance to sell every movement directly to the audience. The body performs the choreography. The face tells you how to interpret it. Is Grant one reason KATSEYE is becoming sexualized? Grant may be one significant contributor, but he is not the only person responsible. His personal movement vocabulary includes hips, booty, theatrical sensuality, exaggerated expression, literal gestures, and viral visual moments. Immediately before joining the KATSEYE project, he was performing adult Western pop choreography, including Rihanna's sensual Super Bowl show. Grant and Sohey openly acknowledged that KATSEYE's first era was more restrained because the group was still establishing itself. During Beautiful Chaos, the performance team deliberately stopped holding back. Grant described the group as finally revealing its wild side. He also discussed coaching Sophia to become more punk and sensual for gnarly. So Grant's existing movement vocabulary became more visible at the exact moment Hybe decided KATSEYE was ready for a harder, wilder, and more mature presentation. That does not mean Grant acted alone. Sohey created identifiable choruses. Sienna created identifiable dance break material. Daniela contributed to Gabriella. The members sometimes create their own moments. Hybe reviews dozens and sometimes more than 100 versions before selecting a final choreography. Therefore, if KATSEYE is being sexualized, responsibility does not stop with Grant. It moves upward toward every adult company official who commissioned, reviewed, selected, and approved and marketed those movements. Grant can submit an idea. Hybe decides whether that idea reaches a teenage performer and millions of viewers. Grant, Daniela, and the overdancing accusations. Now let's return to Daniela. Fans repeatedly compare Daniela's performance style with Grant's. Both use extreme energy, both emphasize facial expressions, both sharpen movement beyond the average intensity surrounding them. Both attempt to perform the character of every beat. Both are accused of doing too much. But resemblance does not prove Grant created Daniela's dance identity. Daniela entered the project as a strong, experienced dancer. She already possessed natural intensity and technical skill. The stronger question is, has KATSEYE's performance direction encouraged Daniela to maximize qualities she already had and is now being punished for executing that direction too successfully? Grant's philosophy rewards audience connection. Daniela connects aggressively. Grant's philosophy rewards facial performance. Daniela performs with her entire face. Grant's philosophy rewards memorable high-energy movement. Daniela appears determined to make every moment visible from space. So perhaps Daniela is not overdancing because she refuses to listen. Perhaps she is the member most naturally compatible with the performance style KATSEYE's own choreographer rewards. But when one member executes that style more than the others and possibly receives more center time or lines, the audience can interpret her performance as an attempt to overpower this group. That is where line distribution, center distribution, and choreography intersect. And that deserves a separate KATSEYE file episode. The final verdict is Grant Gilmore secretly hiding behind every KATSEYE ass shake with a remote control? No. Is his personal style built around theatrically hips, booty, facial extremes, literal gestures, and viral audience grabbing moments? Yes. Did he move from adult Western commercial pop stages, including Rihanna's sensual Super Bowl performance, into directing a group of teenagers? Yes. Did KATSEYE choreography become more openly sexual when the company deliberately stopped restraining the group's wild side? Yes. Was Grant one of the primary adults helping shape the transition? Absolutely. The evidence alone does not say that Grant acted alone. The evidence said that Grant's movement vocabulary, Sohey's choreography, and outside contributors' member input and Hybe's approval system combined to produce KATSEYE final identity. But when a chorus says gnarly and the visual response is repeatedly ass, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that we are watching a church handbell choir. That is sexual choreography. Who created, the remaining questions are who created each movement, who approved it, and how much adult commercial pop movement was transferred into KATSEYE, and why did the adults responsible consider that the presentation for every moment was appropriate of the group's development. And this, Your Honor, is why the court is not adjourned. Next, we'll get into Sohey, so stay tuned. That will probably be up tomorrow. And we're going to go into Sienna and Zach as well.